Well, students, good evening to all of you. So, guys, today I'm going to take the lecture on MEd Dissertation VIVA. Okay, as you see the topic, right? Because, after some days, you have to appear for the VIVA, right? For the dissertations or thesis, right? So, today we will discuss it, right? So these are the questions, first of all. Okay, expected question asked by the examiner every year because I'm taking the MEd batch from last many years. Okay, so in the dissertation or thesis, okay, whether you can call it dissertations or thesis, right? So these are the questions. Okay, so in this PPT, we will discuss all the questions, right, guys? So first, name of your study or topic. It should be on your fingertip. Okay, you don't have to take the pause and say that, right? Okay, because you have to defend by yourself. It should be on your fingertip to study the individual innovativeness, to study the emotional intelligence, whatever is your topic is, right? Then you have to define your variables. Okay, if you have seen your topic, so there are at least two variables you are using. Okay, some are using emotional intelligence, creativity, some are using intelligence and academic achievement, right? So these two variables you should remember. Even the definitions of the variable you should know it. Okay, guys. Then intervening variables, okay, which creating interference, right? You should have the knowledge. Then sometimes, okay, you get confused in population and sample size. Okay, these all the three things are different, entirely different, totally different, right? We will discuss it, right? You sometime na, I'm getting many calls, right? Sometime I asked, you get confused, right? Population is a different thing, sample is a different thing. The third question is, see that, 1 2 3 4, fourth one, right? Sample is a different, population is a different, size is different, quantity. Okay, sampling technique, which technique you are using it. Okay, then how you collected the responses, right? You should know it. Okay, what is your strength, what is your sample size, if you have taken 200 300, how you collected it. Okay, how you distributed the questionnaires to the students, in which schools you have visited. You should name the school name. You should remember the school name when you visited over there, when you collected the responses. Okay, so this is the examiner will explore you, will dig you from every point. Okay, take it seriously. This is your final dissertation viva. Final dissertation. Okay, examiner can ask any question. You can't say that, okay, there are 5 chapters in the dissertations. Am I right? Mostly, 5 chapters you hote hain, right? There are 5 chapters. You can't say that. 3 chapters you are done it. Only the 2 chapters. Examiner can ask the rest of the 3 chapters. Okay. Please mute yourself, all of you. Those who have just joined, please mute. Please mute. So examiner can ask any questions, guys. You should know it. Even from the RM also, right? RM means research methodology. You have given and cleared your paper of semester 1. In semester 1 mein, there was a paper, research methodology, and in third also advanced research methodology, right? So examiner can ask any kind of a questions from the RM also, right? So you should have, you have to go through your thesis, right? Prepare all the questions, even the important questions I am discussing in today's lecture. Along with that, you should have the sound knowledge of the RM, research methodology. What is the research methodology? Meaning of a sample, hypothesis. Then after that, review of related literature, design and procedure, statistical tools, right? Factor analysis, discriminant analysis, right? Correlations, regression, statistical tools of your study, right? The name of the person. So everything you should know it. Okay, you cannot, restrict it. Ki only you have to mug up only the 5 chapters, right? So naturally, it is 100% correct. Okay, examiner would ask the question from your study because you have already submitted your, one copy to the university and the college, right? They have gone through that. And when your date would come after, 5 or 6 days, yeah, 4 or 5 days, I think, right? So examiner already know that, right, about its topic, because he or she has the lot of experience of 18 years, 20 years. Okay, so he is aware of your topic. So along with your topic, along with all the chapters, you should have the knowledge of a research methodologies also. But these are the important questions, you must remember it, right? How you collected the responses, then standardized tool, right? Questionnaire. Yes, examiner can ask what is the difference between standardized tool and questionnaire. Okay, you should know it. Okay, guys. So many questions, because two or three persons are over there. They can ask any questions, right? What is the difference between standardized tool and questionnaire? What is the difference between limitations and delimitation? All right. So how, these are some questions are the simple questions, right? For example, tell me the name of your topic, tell me the hypothesis of your topic, sample of your topic. Okay. So when you are starting giving the answer of this, then he will go for the complex side, right? Then he will ask from you, okay, what is your delimitations? Then what is the difference between limitations and the delimitations? Right? What is the difference between the bibliography and the review of related literature? Okay. How you have defined it? Are you getting my point? So guys, this is your scoring subject. Okay. And sometime you are unable to give the answer. Examiner can say you, okay, come next time. Right? So you have to go with full preparation. Okay. And take it seriously. You have to defend your thesis over there. Right? All of your, research studies which you have done it and made it. Next questions, expected questions we are discussing, and these all questions we will discuss in today's PPT, right, guys? After that, there would be a question answer session, right? Why you chose this study, means significance of your study. Okay, justification of your study. Okay, some has taken the topic like emotional intelligence in relations with the academic achievement, yeah, intelligence in relations with the uh, academic achievement, and you are studying on the, for example, high school student, so he can ask that why you didn't study for the adult. Okay, some you have taken for the students, some has taken for the future teachers also. Okay, so he can ask from any type of a question. So guys, means what I want to tell you, you should have the knowledge of your topic, basic common sense of your topic. Okay, well, it does not mean you can't say this is not your English test. Okay, because some students call me and message me on my comment box that we have written this line, this is a grammatically correct or wrong. This is not your English test. Okay, mind it. Okay, nobody is going to check your English over there. Okay, they are going to check the research methodology, right? And in the research methodology, the meaning are different. Okay, reliability, the meaning of reliability and validity is totally different in the research methodology. Okay, for example, I have given you the one example now. One, clock, wall clock is giving the time 5 minutes late. Morning is giving the 5 minutes late. Evening giving the 5 minutes late. Time is showing the 5 minutes late. Every time after a 1 week, 5 minutes late. Okay, so it is a reliable in research methodology. Okay, so this is not your English test. First of all, you should have in your mind. Okay. So every term you have to make your notes also. Even you have made your thesis, but I suggest you make your PPT also. You can't say that I'm only, opening the thesis and learning it. This is not enough. Yes, I'm telling you, this is not enough. You should make your notes also. Okay, what is the meaning of that? Meaning of that, right? You should make PPT also. Make PPT of all the 5 chapters. Okay, important points of 5 chapters. Even here, these are the questions. Make the PPT of this. Okay, once you make it, then you can define it. Okay, so because sometime examiner will tell you, okay, define yourself or define your study. Okay, what does it mean? Define your study. Define your study means you have to talk everything, right? Might be he or she has given you the time of 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Do you think that you have the material in your mind to speak at least 6 or 7 minutes or 8 minutes? You should have. Even you can speak, more than 20 minutes. Okay, according to your 5 chapters. Start from the, first, sir, I'm going to study the, this particular, this is the reason I have chosen this study. This is the significance of my study. And sir, these are the my objectives. Okay, name of all the 4 or 5 objectives. And these are the my hypotheses. Now I have, because I have delimited my study, and sir, now I have chosen the topic, I have made the objectives, I made the hypothesis. Now I have to collect the but before that you have to say that before choosing this topic, before defining this topic, I have gone through the many research papers from newspapers and research papers online. Then I have come to know that this area is lacking. That's why I have chosen this topic and I have chosen this variable. No, it's no doubt, the topic, whatever I have chosen, okay, many persons have work on it, but I have chosen particular for the high school students. I have chosen particular for this area. So this is my new study, right? Then uske baad, you have to talk about the review of related literature. Then design and procedure. This is my sample. This is my sample size. Then after that, sir, I need to check the, this my study. So I have used the standardized questions prepared by the Dr. Mangal, Dr. Bhargav, whatever the whatever the questionnaire, standardized questionnaire you have used. Then I visited the particular school after taking the permissions of the principal from the school. Okay, I have visited over there and distributed. First of all, I, photocopies all the 200 copies, because, my sample was a 200 high school students. Then I distributed to all the students. Then I have given, 1 hour or half an hour to, tick mark on the particular questions. Then after half an hour, yeah, 1 hour, I have collected all the responses. Then after that, I use the Excel software or the SPSS software. Okay, then I interpreted the result by putting the mean, median, because of I want to study between the gender, male and female, between the locale, like urban and rural, or the type of schools, government schools and the private schools. Then I use the T method. And in my objective, in my hypothesis, I want to check the relationship. That's why I have used the correlation. And as well as I want to check the effect of one variable on the other variable. That's why I have chosen the regressions also. Then after it, these are the conclusions of my study, and these are the educational implications. And said, this is my further research. You should have it. From that way you have to speak, at least. Okay, you can speak on your topic on 15 and 20 minutes. Okay, do practice at home, right? From all the chapters, covers all the chapters. So that's why I'm telling, it is not sufficient to open your thesis and see that. Okay, make the notes, make the presentations. Then guys, it will come totally in your mind. Okay, so these are the questions, okay, in our topic in today's lecture. Okay, these are the important question asked by the examiner. We will also discuss, right? So why you chose this study? Significance, operational definitions. Do you know that operational definition? Right? Sometimes students say that, in my thesis, there is no operational definition. Are you didn't write it, but you should remember it. Na? What is operational definitions? You don't have to, only mug up these things. You should know that. These are my variables and these are my operational definitions. Okay, I should know it. Right? Then objectives, hypothesis, null and delimitations. Here देखो question has arise from here. Null hypothesis and the research hypothesis. Okay, examiner can ask from you, what is the difference between the research topic and the null hypothesis? Why you make the null hypothesis? So guys, take it seriously, because you have to defend your study up to the 2 years, right? So trust me, if you are not prepared, examiner can tell you, come next time with the preparations. Okay. So then tool of your study, then define all the tools, questionnaires, statistical tools which you have used. Mean, median, mode, t-test, standard deviations. What is the meaning of a standard deviations? Why you use the standard deviation? Why you use the t-test? Right? Correlations, regression, factor analysis, how you interpreted the result, testing hypothesis, what is the significance level, on which significance level you have used. No worries. Abhi, just I'm using the questions now. In today's PPT, we will discuss all the questions. Okay, don't worry. Right? Then significance level of 0.05 and 0.01, and that define the educational implications of your study. Then the suggestions for the further research. This is the last question, suggestions for further research, right? Okay. Up, in my next PPT, questions related to chapter 4th and 5th. Why I have written it? Why? Because of that, guys. Why I have written it? Because three chapters you have already given, right? In your third semester. Okay, give me a second. So, three chapters, three chapters you have already given. Okay, right? In your third semester, three chapters you have written and given the viva, right? Now in this semester, in the fourth semester, the important are fourth and fifth. Okay, but you have to learn fourth and fifth, but you cannot say that now there is no need to study 1, 2, and 3. You should also learn all the three chapters also. Okay. But I have separated it because I just want to tell you, these are the questions I'm extracting, right, from chapter 4th and 5th. Okay. You should be aware of it. For example, see the next PPT. This is a PPT, right? These are the questions from 4th and 5th, right? Mean, median, mode, t-test, standard deviation, correlation, regression, how you interpreted the result, testing hypothesis, significance level, implication, and suggestions. But along with that, you have to learn the previous also, right? 1, 2, 3, right? Chapter 1, 2, 3, fourth and fifth. A fourth May, this is your result. You should have the knowledge of a significance level. This is the important. Okay. So I have bifurcated it so that you will come to know that these questions are from the chapter 4 and 5th, right? Okay, guys, now we discuss all the questions. Okay. You know how I have to discuss all the questions? These are all the questions. The previous PPT I have just shown you, right? So what I'm going to do that, I'm taking a one topic, right? Based making base of that particular topic, I will use all the questions, right? I will answer all the questions in the coming 15 minutes, right, guys? So might be such kind of your topic, right, guys? To study the pedagogical competencies among teachers in relations to their innovativeness, academic number second, academic achievement among adolescents in relations to their school environment, performance in B.Ed entrance test in relations to teacher training, academic achievement, a comparative study of a creative thinking among private and government school adolescents. Might be, there are a lot of other topics, okay, you should have, right? So I'm making base of this topic, right? This is the base of my topic, and making base of this topic, I will use all the questions. Got it? You know what is my topic? I want to study the pedagogical competencies among teachers in relations to their innovativeness. Okay. Ab look at me, listen to me. All right. This is my topic. Okay. How I'm preparing the questions related with my topic, the same way you should have the knowledge of your topic. You should have prepared the questions of your topic. You should have defend your topic, right? My topic is, sir, okay, I want to study the pedagogical competencies, right? Pedagogical competencies means teaching learning style. I want to study the pedagogical competencies means how teacher teach in the class, right? And sir, using it along with this topic, I'm using that their individual innovativeness. Okay. So my topic is I want to study the pedagogical competencies among teachers in relations to their innovativeness. Okay. अब ये देखो what is happening from this topic. For example, I have to extract the independent variable and dependent variable. Right? My independent variable is innovativeness. Innovativeness hota hai na, being innovative. Some having the innovative mind. Okay. So if you know, it is absolutely clear that many studies says that if the teacher having the innovative mind, then he can teach the one topic by, you know, so many ways, so that it should be understood by all the students. Because you know what happens in a class, there is a mixture of a students. Okay, you would be agree, some are intelligent, some are below intelligent, some are average, below average. Okay, if the teacher knows only, you know, one type, okay, for example, he is a intelligent, okay, teacher should not be intelligent, guys. Here I want to tell you, huh. No, you should be, you know what the Lalit sir is saying. So I'm telling you correct. Teacher shouldn't be intelligent, okay, but I didn't complete my sentence. Teacher should be creative along with this. He shouldn't be intelligent, he should be creative. If he is intelligent and creative, then you will get the good teaching, you know, inspiring teaching. Okay, so what is the difference between intelligence and creativity? Because if you are intelligent on a particular level, so you will, you know, target to a particular intelligent students only, right? If you are a creative, innovative, you know that how to teach. And if you are a creative, it means you are an intelligence also, right? So that's why it says that the teaching is not everybody's cup of tea. So my topic is pedagogical competencies. I want to check it, I want to study it by using their innovativeness. Okay, अब now from this study I want to see my dependent and independent variable. So independent variable क्या होता है? Which affects on the dependent variable. So here the innovativeness affecting on the pedagogical competencies of the teacher. So innovativeness is my independent variable, and you know, pedagogical competencies of the teacher is the dependent variable. Okay, I give you some one more simple example. Okay, how you can differentiate the dependent and independent variable. Okay, learn this example, you would be clear, it would be clear, right? For example, too much consumption of liquor affects on the liver, correct? Too much consumption of liquor affects the liver. Okay, you know, the thing which is affecting liver is affecting, it is a dependent variable. Who is affecting? Cause क्या है? What is the cause? Cause is independent variable. Okay, learn from that way. Cause is the independent variable and effect is the dependent variable, where the effect is going it, that, right? So this is my study. You know, these are my objectives. Okay, to study the, see that, to study the level of innovativeness, pedagogical competencies among teacher. First, second, examine the level of pedagogical competencies and innovativeness among teacher with respect to, see the second bullet, with respect to gender, locale, and type of schools. Right? My first objective is I want to check the study the level. Second objective is a different. Now I want to check the study the level of individual level of pedagogical competencies, innovativeness among teachers with respect to. Right? Now I want to check the gender between male and female. I want to check the locale between, locale means urban and rural, and type of schools, government and private. Okay, and guys, from here dekho, here one thing is also cleared. Okay, so I want to check the gender, locale, and type of school. So between the two persons, so naturally I will use the, in my, you know, interpretations of the result, I will use a t-test. T-test, right? What is the meaning of a t-test? T-test is used to, you know, see the, you know, difference between, you know, between the two sample mean, right? With respect to gender, male and female, local, urban and rural, type of schools, government and private, so naturally I will use the t-test. It has cleared from, you know, from the first. So from that way, you know, the persons expert over there, okay, they will, even they will not see your third or fourth chapter. Only from your objective and hypothesis they will come to know that, okay, what you have used. But here at this level, according to your level, you are thinking that they, how they will go to the, you know, different theses. Okay, there is no need to go your, you know, whole the 100 pages. They are the very expert person. From your, you know, 2 or 3 points, by studying your 3 or 4 pages, they will come to know what you have used. Getting? For example, I'm giving you the example. अब third देखो क्या है? To third objective, to explore the relationship of innovativeness and pedagogical competences among teachers. Okay. अब expert will also come to know that you are using the relationship. If you are using the relationship, so naturally in your fourth chapter or third chapter, you have used the correlation. Okay. Whenever you have to check the relationship, so you use the relation correlation. And fourth is to investigate the impact of innovativeness on pedagogical competence. अब क्या हो रहा है? Affect you are checking. तो naturally वो क्या होता है? Regression. You are using the regression. Okay, from that way. About now we move to the hypothesis. Hypothesis क्या है? There will be no significant difference in pedagogical competencies, innovativeness among teachers. Okay. ये I little bit इस size को मैं I'm going to increase the size, right? So that we are talking about pedagogy, hypothesis, right? This is the hypothesis of your study. Okay. I'm going to, increase the size, right? Right, ये देखिए, right? Hypothesis है आपके. Hypothesis of your study. Okay. अब what I want to show you that, guys, slideshow and current show. अब might be you all having the 4 or 5 hypotheses, है ना? Might be 6, 7 or maximum 4 or 5 hypotheses. Okay. So your hypothesis is, first is there will be no significant difference in the pedagogical competence, innovativeness among teachers. Second is same one, but with respect to gender, locale, and type of school. Third is there will be no significant relationship among individual innovativeness with pedagogical competences among teachers. And fourth is impact. Okay. Up guys, try to understand what I want, that you should have the deep knowledge of your thesis. I want to tell you that why you make the hypothesis. The question arises. And why you make the null hypothesis. This is called the null hypothesis. Okay, examiner can ask from you, what is the difference between research hypothesis and null hypothesis? Okay, what was your topic? See your topic. This is your topic now. Study of a pedagogical competencies among teacher in relations to their innovativeness. Okay, up here, try to learn one thing. On this topic, you can't study. Okay, making base on this topic now, you can't study. So what happens? You have to convert your research hypothesis, research topic into the null hypothesis, right? In order to do the study. Ab you have break your topic into the null hypothesis, right? Now the null hypothesis, first null hypothesis is that there will be no significant difference in pedagogical competence and innovativeness among teacher. Second is with respect to gender, locale, and type of school. Means you have made a hypothesis. There is a no difference between male and female. Okay, regarding pedagogical competences in relations to innovativeness. Okay, now from the null hypothesis you can study. Okay, are you getting my point now? But from the topic, how you can study it? From this topic you can't study. This is the reason you make the null hypothesis. You have breakdown and you have made the null hypothesis. You are assuming that. What is the meaning of a hypothesis? Supposition, assumption. So now you are assuming that there will be no difference in the relationship, no difference in the, between male and female and, locale. Okay. And you are assuming that, and making in the mind, you go further and you study it. And at the end, what happens at the end? Whatever the result you get, that particular result, you compare with the already defined level of significance, right? On the 0.05 level or 0.01 level, then you come to know that whether your hypotheses are accepted or rejected. Okay, in the fourth chapter, you have seen that these all the 4 or 5 your hypotheses, whether they are accepted or rejected. Okay, if they are accepted, so it means whatever you want to say that in the hypothesis, it is the same, or rejected, it means your answer, your conclusion would be different from the hypothesis. Okay, but you have come to know that this is the reason you make the null hypothesis first, because of to do the study. Got it? So here examiner can ask from you. Okay, so every chapter is important. वेरिएबल आपका हो गया है ना, डिपेंडेंट और इंडिपेंडेंट है ना। ये देखो, इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल होता है कॉज, डिपेंडेंट इज इफेक्ट, है ना। आई हैव गिवन यू द एग्जांपल ऑफ ए लीकर विद द लीवर, है ना, राइट। अब सैंपलिंग, ओके, दिस इज द सेम। अच्छा, सैंपलिंग में क्या होता है, व्हाट टाइम, सम टाइम यू गेट कंफ्यूज इन पॉपुलेशन एंड सैंपल। अरे गाइस, पॉपुलेशन बड़ी होती है, यूनिवर्स होता है, पॉपुलेशन मींस यूनिवर्स। ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल, your sample, your target population is a high school students. There are a lot of high school students in India. Do you think that you can study in India and you will take 10 to 15 years or 20 years to study it? So what you do that? You take a some portion. Okay, that some portion is called the sample. Otherwise, others is a population. For example, you take the example of a Ludhiana district. You have, Kurukshetra district. For example, in Kurukshetra district, you have only chosen the 2 or 3 schools of high school students. So 2 or 3 high school students are your sample, which is representing the whole population of all the schools of the Kurukshetra district. Got it? All the high school students of Kurukshetra districts is your population, and out of all the schools of high schools of Kurukshetra district, only 2 schools are selected. This is your sample. And 200 students you are taken. This is your sample size. Got it? तो ये आपको पता ही है, सैंपल 2 तरह के होते हैं. There are 2 types of sample, probability and non-probability. Examiner can ask, okay, you can't say that. Okay, he can also ask us, RM also, research methodology. These are the probability, these are the non-probability sampling, right? You know that, I have taken a lot of lectures on it. ये देखो, example of research hypothesis and null hypothesis, right? अब आपको पता लग गया है ना, I have told you already, given the example. But null hypothesis is only this is, it is represented by H naught. ये देखो, on the bottom ना नोट आ जाता है, और उसको H1 कहते हैं, रिसर्च हाइपोथेसिस को. ठीक है, अब ये देखो, स्टैटिस्टिकल टूल, मीन, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशंस, टी रेशियो, कार्ल पियर्सन प्रोडक्ट कोरिलेशंस, मींस कोरिलेशंस, राइट. ये कोरिलेशंस, देयर आर 2 टाइप्स ऑफ ए प्रोडक्ट मूवमेंट होता है. फर्स्ट वाले मीन, वी टॉक अबाउट द मीन. मीन क्या होता है? मीन इज ए एवरेज. You should know it. Okay, this is a simple. Standard deviation होता है deviation. We want to check the how much is deviating. Okay, difference क्या है? Deviating मतलब whether it is deviating. Measure of variability. ये टी वैल्यू, ये देखो, टी वैल्यू इज कैलकुलेटेड फॉर फाइंडिंग द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ द डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज, मेल एंड फीमेल. होता ना उसमें, विद रिस्पेक्ट टू जेंडर, विद रिस्पेक्ट टू लोकेल. ओके, so if the person having the knowledge of a RM, he'll come to know that T test definitely will use. Okay, right, because 2 categories है ना, मेल है, फीमेल्स हैं, मेल और फीमेल हो गया, राइट. लोकेल में अर्बन एंड वो हो गया, दूसरा अर्बन एंड रूरल. ओके, ये तो for finding the significance difference between the 2 sample mean, this is called the T test. Okay, here one question arises, if you want to check the significance difference between the more than 2 sample means, then what would be your answer? I don't know whether you have used or not. The answer is ANOVA, right? Analysis of variance. ANOVA is used to find out the difference between more than 2 sample mean. Okay, but between the 2 sample mean, you use the T test. Mostly student use the T test. Okay, अब ये correlation, 2 तरह के मेथड हैं. देयर आर 2 टाइप्स ऑफ ए मेथड. रैंक ऑर्डर मेथड स्पीयरमैन का है. फार्मूला है 1 - 6 सिग्मा डी स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाय n, ब्रैकेट में n स्क्वायर - 1, ब्रैकेट बंद, क्लोज द ब्रैकेट. देन नेक्स्ट है प्रोडक्ट मूवमेंट मेथड, राइट, व्हिच मेथड यू हैव यूज्ड. ओके, अब आ गया द इंपॉर्टेंट वन, लेवल ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस. राइट, ये होता है, दिस इज द इम्पोर्टेंट, व्हाट इज योर स्टडी, व्हाट यू द स्टडीड दैट, व्हाट द टाइप ऑफ, what type of results you have collected, right? Ab now you have collected the result, okay, getting the response from the student or whatever is your, target sample. Ab now what you have to do with your results? Guys, you have to check your results with the level of significance or statistical significance. Okay, what is it? The level of significance is the measurement of the statistical significance. It defines whether the null hypothesis is assumed to be accepted or rejected. आ गया ना क्वेश्चंस, नल हाइपोथेसिस वो चार जो लिए थे आपने, right? Whole study you are working on the four null hypotheses. Okay, up wo null hypothesis you have collected the responses. Now you want to check your responses with the this statistical significance. Okay, और क्या होता है level of significance? ये देखो, level of significance basically, statistics is a branch of mathematics. Okay, it deals with gathering, presenting, analyzing, organizing, and interpreting the data, which is usually numerical. It is applied to many industrial, scientific, social, and economic areas. Okay. While a researcher, ab dekho, this is the important, this line, second last. While a researcher, you are the researcher, while a researcher performs research, a hypothesis has to be set. कर लिया ना आपने hypothesis set in the first chapter. और these hypotheses are called the null hypothesis, which is known as the null hypothesis. ये देखो, it is written. अब आगे देखो, this hypothesis, कौन से? Null hypothesis. In the first chapter which you have defined, the null hypothesis, this hypothesis is required to be tested. Why? Via predefined statistical examinations. This process is termed as statistical hypothesis testing. इसको it is also called statistical hypothesis testing. Make the notes, यही मीनिंग है इसका, statistical hypothesis testing. The level of a significance or statistical significance is an important terminology that is quite commonly used in statistics. अब ये देखो, ये level of significance आ गया. The level of significance is a measurement of the statistical significance. It defines whether your null hypothesis is assumed to be accepted or rejected. Okay. अब now see on the next slide. ये देखिए, this is the important. Okay. आपने बनाई होगी, all of you. You make this window ना. These are your result. Okay. If you have the four hypotheses, so then it would be the four. You can see you are in chapter 4 or 5th. No, in chapter 4. If your hypotheses are 4 or 5, okay, it would be the 4 or 5, right? अब ये देखो, इसके अंदर आ गया n. ये देखो, यहीं से पता लग गया मेल आपका आपका सैंपल साइज क्या है, 100 है आपका. अब expert no need to see your thesis and learn your thesis. Opening of the chapter 4, they will come to know that n number of items कितनी है, 100 है. So they have come to know that. So that type of a knowledge now in this level you should have. Okay. So I will suggest you leave everything. Okay. Tomorrow is a holiday. Go for your thesis. This is the most important, guys. Okay. अब ये देखो, मीन आ गया, मीन ये आ गया, मेल का फीमेल का मीन 66.19 आ गया. एसडी स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन आ गया 8.11, 9.12. स्टैंडर्ड एरर ऑफ मीन आ गया 2.15. टी वैल्यू आ गया 1.71. अब ये लेवल ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है यहां पर. ठीक है, लेवल ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस क्या लिखा हुआ है? नॉट सिग्निफिकेंट. ओके, बिकॉज द वैल्यू ऑफ पी लेस देन 0.05. ओके, राइट. अब ये देखो, इसको समझो क्या चीज है ये. इट इज शोइंग मीन, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन, स्टैंडर्ड एरर ऑफ मीन, टी वैल्यू. यहां तक तो समझ आ गया. ओके, यू गॉट इट. अब आगे देखो, टेबल वैल्यू है, दिस इज कॉल्ड द टेबल वैल्यू. ये 0.05 की टेबल वैल्यू है. 1.96 at 0.05 when you see in the log table, and 2.58 0.01 level. but you are checking at 0.05 level. Why? Because it's your social science social science topic, mostly social science humanities topics, whatever you have taken like academic achievement or educations के जितने भी हैं, all the topics related with the education we always check at the 0.05 level. Okay, science के होते हैं, when if you are a science, you have taken the topic of a science, then you check on the 0.01 level. 0.05 का मीनिंग क्या है guys? यहाँ पर try to understand the meaning of a 0.05. 0.05 means, it means 95% confidence level. Okay, right? You can say that these are my result. This is the 95% confidence level. It means this is called level of significance, right? 0.05. It means 95% you are correct. You are you are announcing you are correct 95% because you have proved it by the statistical measures, and it is your evidence in the court also. Okay, means you want to do any kind of a study, right? And you can show in the court also by putting, these all. This is your evidence also. Nobody can deny. अब देखो elections are going on. है ना? Today is the election day, voting day in the Haryana, right? 5th है ना? Today is 5th October. अब many psychologists जो होते हैं, right? अब ये अब now people are casting the vote now. Yes, today is the day. But what would be the what would come in the news? You know that what would come in the news in all the channel? It would come exit poll. अब 6 o'clock हो गए हैं, वोटिंग था 6 o'clock तक. अब now 6 o'clock, what happens now? Open any of the news channel. I'm guaranteeing you, I'm 100% telling you, every channel is talking about the exit poll. Okay, from that way they have selected, right? So, person is going to the poll, okay, they are taking the questions of which party you think that it is the good party in your area. So whatever the answer they are telling now, you see that the answer is going, but guys, every answer is recording. Yes, researcher होते हैं, teams होती हैं, they are recording every answer, and after recording the answer they put all the statistical means, and they based on that they show the exit poll on the 8th October which government is going to make, right? So that's why I'm telling you this is the most important thing. Okay, so 0.05 means 95% confidence level. You can say that this is not significant. Why? अब इसका interpretations पढ़ो. Please see the interpretation. This is the most important. And in your chapter 4, you have to learn all interpretations. It should be on your fingertip. Okay, I understand you. ये देखो, it shows that all of you, please see it. This is the most important. It shows that means this window. Okay, it shows obtained t value is 1.71. 1.71 आ रही है, वो देखो, see the t value 1.71, which is less than the table value. Table value means 0.05. The table value of 0.05 is 1.96. Okay, and the table value of 0.01 is 2.58. Okay, अब now see the table value 1.96 at 0.05 level, or your value t-test. Why you have used the t-test? Because of difference between the two means, right? Like gender, locale, right? So now the value is coming 1.71. 1.71, guys, it is less than at 1.96, as well it is less than 2.58. When the t value is less than the table value, it means null hypothesis is accepted. Got it? Okay. So this thing you have to make in your mind. When the t value 1.71 is less than the table value of 0.05 level and 0.01 level, which is 1.96 and 2.58, it means Null hypothesis, the first null hypothesis is accepted. Okay. Means whatever the hypothesis you have chosen, you have assumed, it is accepted. And for example, if the t value comes, okay, अब ये देखो on the live example, what I'm going to do that null hypothesis for the value is 2.3.71. Okay, now I have changed the value. T value क्या 3.71 है. अब my interpretations would be, ये देखो, my interpretations would be the t value which is 3.71, ओके, लेस नहीं है. अब यहां पे आ जाएगा ग्रेटर देन. अब ग्रेटर देन होगी ना टेबल वैल्यू, देन इन दिस केस हाइपोथेसिस इज रिजेक्टेड. ये लाइनिंग कहां से आ रही है? ठीक है जी, राइट गाइस. सो दिस इज द वे, राइट. सो हाउ द लाइन हैज कमिंग, I know. Okay. Okay, guys. When the t value is less than the table value, then hypothesis is accepted. When the t value is greater than the table value of 0.05, then the null hypothesis is rejected. Okay, got it? And after that, educational implications hai aapki. Okay. Some lines are coming. I don't know how it is coming, right? Educational implications. Okay, guys. So it is in the 5th chapter, educational implication. So this is the most important educational implications. Okay. See the first bullet. Implication should be based upon the studies result and parameters, right? And consider the target population. Okay. You also have to talk about compared to the previous studies. Okay, suggest the future directions and don't exaggerate, right? Educational implication. And the last is suggestions for further research. Suggestion for further research. Okay. I think one student is I have allowed the permissions, and one student is doing that. So please stop your mouse, all of you. I request to all of you, please stop the mouse. I think from the Father Thomas. Okay, please stop your mouse. Okay, because I have allowed the permissions to all. Now this is the reason. Right? That's why this lining is coming. I think Thomas NL is doing something. Please stop your mouse, right? Suggestions for further research. Okay, guys, this is the last. Now it is end of your thesis. Suggestion for further research. Okay. Okay, guys, up now you can see that all the questions we have discussed. Okay, name of your topic, defined variables, intervening variables, population, sample size, sampling technique, collected responses, standardized tool, right? Why you chose the study, significance, operational definition, objective, hypothesis, null hypothesis, delimitation, tools of your study, define all tools, statistical tools, all we have discussed, all the questions. So thank you. So mean, median, mode, correlation, regressions, how you interpreted the result, testing hypothesis. Hana, we just discussed the testing hypothesis, significance level, educational implication, and in last, today we discuss suggestion for further research. So now, guys, I tell you all of you now how you have to remember. I'm again saying you, okay, open your copy and you say that you are doing good. It is not enough. Make presentation, okay, because topic is different. You have, many days. Okay, make the presentation of your study, include headings of all the 5 chapters, make presentations of all the questions being asked. Okay, what is the relations between the questions between, because all the 5 chapters are interrelated. Okay, and I have shown you by today's PPT. I hope this PPT would be benefited to you. Okay, soon I'm going to, in another 1 hour, 2 hour, I'm going to put this lecture online on the YouTube. I'll send you the link as well as PPT I'm sending to you. Okay, guys. So after this, okay, whatever is your query, you can ask from me. Thank you so much, guys, for this lectures. Thank you.